looking at all 6 seasons right now, which character do you think has changed the most?
To be honest, I actually think Andy Bellflower, the sheriff.
Yeah.
He was he was very much a man when he started that show, but he was I think he was living at his mother's house. He was trying to sort of give off this sense of authority without really sort of standing firmly in his shoes. And now he really does have that, and he's sort of set up such a sort of a strong wealth of friends and family around him, whereas at first he was very much a loner character that would just take it out on the world.
I mean, Jace's character changes so much because he hated vampires in the beginning and then wound up, you know, falling in love with one.
Now he's left kind of being
a bit of an up and down.
Sexually deprived in the last episode.
Yeah, I mean, Tara hated vampires and became one, so that was an interesting shift.
Do other cast members get jealous of Pam's one-liners?
Ooh, I like to think so.
I asked her, I'm like, does anybody else in the cast get jealous that you get such good one-liners? Would this be,
everyone? Yeah.
Everyone is
Everyone
jealous.
is. Everyone's like, come on, at the table read, like, you know, she gets another great one, but.
Do you have a favorite Pam one-liner?
Would she call somebody a fucktard once?
Yeah, she did.
Oh no,
something about being fucktarded. Or
fucktard.
Who has the best one-liners?
Who has the best one-liners?
Yeah.
In terms of the writers?
In the whole show. I mean, the character.
Probably Pam, I would say.
Yeah, I would say so too. She cracks me up.
She's such a sort of a wicked tongue.
Yep, and she's pretty amazing at it.
And her delivery too is so dry that you can't help but just.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
She just has the perfect look. When you guys sit down at a table read, speaking of those one-liners, do they ever surprise you? Do you get excited like, whoa, I get to say this?
I know them when I see them on the page, and I start relishing it and trying to think of what is the best way to do it justice, which you do start to figure out over time playing a character, but really the most sort of like caustic, read it off the page, you can't lose. They're so good.
Well, let's jump into those table reads for a second, because those, I don't think a lot of people even understand what happens at a table read.
Oh, right, yeah.
You guys sit down, you get your script. Does it change from the beginning of the time that you start reading it to the end?
More often than not, it does change. Yeah. So with our cast, for instance, we could sit there with probably anywhere up to like 30 people, 30 cast members, and you got sort of a bunch of sort of HBO brass and sort of writers, directors, and then you go over the script for sort of 50 minutes and talk it out, and they make their notes, and the next week we're shooting it.
It must be a good treadmill show.
Yeah, because it keeps you going.
I'm doing Breaking Bad on the treadmill.
Oh, okay. See, there you have it. You never know who's watching what on the treadmill.
Yeah.
You could really do a True Blood marathon on the treadmill.
It would be a good treadmill show. Because you need to, I need to have the show inspire me to get on the treadmill, so I need to be worried about the characters. And there will be plenty of that this season.
So Breaking Bad keeps you going though, on the treadmill. If you had a treadmill show, would you have one?
I like watching World's Strongest Man competitions or CrossFit competitions.
Well,
something
that
where
will keep
it's
you going.
like insane feats of physical strength. Because then whenever I feel tired, I'm like, come on, man. It's not like you're picking up a 300, 900 pound, harness and walking it. Come on, man. You can do this.